Hello everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday. Welcome back to a Fresh Hazel stream. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Kira. How you doing? You good? Kitty. Kitty cat indeed. How you doing? Have you been waiting for me to start so you can sit on my lap? It is currently 9 a.m. on the dot here on the sunny west coast of Canada. I am on time for actually once in my life. It makes it feel like we're early. Hi, hello. Today I have one task and one task alone, and task kind of implies that I might finish it. I might, but I might not. I don't want to put that kind of pressure on it. I'm going to fight Underpin. And I have no plans for what I'm going to do if I beat Underpin. That's a later me problem. Right now, I was just kind of looking at my talents. It occurred to me that yesterday I was running with an AoE build when it's not an AoE fight. There are ads, but you're not realistically going to kill them with your damage. You're just going to kick the bombs at them. So I was messing around with my talents, looking around at different builds for something that looked like it might be comfy for me to use. I settled on a single target Void Weaver build so I can still Void Torrent while moving. Sounded reasonable. British Columbia. I live in Victoria, BC. Beating Mr. Unroll Pin. Post Underpin plans. Party. Hi, Kitty. Kitty, if we're gonna do this, you may need to settle down into a spot. I don't wish to rush you. You know, you have some time. We are, you know, proverbially early after all. But it might be better if you picked a spot that wasn't, you know, between me and the keyboard, so that we could do the Underpin thing. See if there's anything else that I learned or wanted to think about. I think I just wanted to kind of run it and get it under my fingers, sort of, not fuss too much about like making specific changes or doing anything too fancy. I just kind of wanted to like keep fighting it because it was going fairly well yesterday, and I should have more than enough juice to beat this. Crooked, thank you for the 7-month resub. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome. Hi, sweetie. You feeling good? You look good. You look great. You look great this morning. You look like you're ready for a cat weekend on the kitty cat town. Yeah. She's so sweet. Victoria, is it expensive compared to Toronto? That's a good question. Because Toronto's very expensive. Victoria is also up there. I'm sure I could like Google like a list or something like that. It's probably not quite as bad as Toronto, although I'm sure it's area dependent. It's much, much, much smaller than Toronto. Cat modeling stream, right? My goodness, kitty. Okay. I'm just gonna plonk you here. Hang on. And then I recommend this spot. Or that spot. That's good too. Bless you. Let's see. We still have flask. We still have food. We still have mana oil. We're just gonna have at it for a while. We're doing double question mark. We're doing it solo because that's how there's like an achievement for that. Something else you get to. We've got brand healing. I believe I have bioprinting and let me look at what else I have been doing. Bioprinting and Mechasaur kit. I'm not like thrilled about the Mechasaur kit. I think I might switch back to something different. Brand kind of sucks on this, to be honest. I wonder if the Pocket Factory turrets would get confused by the ads. We'll be channeling on those instead. Yeah, this is a little bit more AoE focused. We're really looking for single target. Augment chip is not happening. Let's Pocket Factory for a while. We'll do that. Break out the rolling pin to whack it. Inksy about to be the real deal. Should I wear knockoff real deal while I'm farming this? I feel like I should. Let's see. Where's knockoff real deal? We have real deal. QRS. Alphabet. QRS. Oh, maybe it's the real deal. It is the real deal. Pardon me. Yeah, we have real deal with 2 E's, which you get from whatchamacallem? One-arm bandit. One-arm bandit. Oh, you know what else I'm going to do? Is if I don't kill it this time, which I'm unlikely to, I'm going to probably pick a different Mog. I'm going to come up with a fun Mog to wear while I'm fighting him today.
Even his sweet hat. I got a deed for these girls signed by Gallywix. Guessing Gallywag?
Shockwave.
You know what? It don't matter. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
I'm holding
Bowman coming.
my PI for the first shield because it comes up quite 2 minutes in.
Paying for you to stand around.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Bowman
Till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. 4, 10.
It's nice that those don't seem to hurt me.
Frontal.
Are there any more? Or did we kill them all? We might have killed one.
Shockwave.
We have perished though. Oh, Vancouver's stupid expensive. Yeah, it's up there. It's up there for sure. More west you go, more expensive it gets here. Yeah. I like this city though. It's a good size for me. It's still maybe a little bit too much city for me, but I've been starting to feel a little more settled in. I've only been here what, 3 years? Took me long enough. Oh right, I was gonna transmog. One more wipe and then we'll transmog. I don't even know what I want to wear yet. Do I want to wear something goblin-y? Do I want to wear something that makes me feel like me? What does that mean? You know, questions.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Frontal.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain. I'm
Bowman
gonna give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Collapse.
I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Bowman coming.
My problem with when I'm using my interact key is that my aim sucks.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Frontal.
Okay.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what?
Yeah. Alright, we need an outfit. Hold on, everybody, hold on. Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, happy Friday. Numbers I saw a while ago had Victoria slightly more expensive. Is this leaving? I think this is leaving, yeah. Alright, we need an outfit. We're the real deal. We're fighting Underpin. I feel like we need to win at his own game. So I feel like that means here, let's start with nothing and then we'll build up from the ground up. I feel like it means glamour. I feel like it means fashion. I think it means obnoxious status symbols. I'm trying to think of what that means in terms of WoW though. Like we could put on a watch. There's the timepiece, gold mobile timepiece. So she's got her wristwatch. She's, we have to use kind of a main hand offhand situation, which, if we wanted something, I feel like we want the theme to be gold. I feel like it's all of that gold. Maybe a golden wealth. Don't I have a coin pouch? No, I think I refunded the coin pouch. That looks like it's liquid gold. That'll help. I think I refunded the coin pouch because it sheathed on my hip upside down in a way that would dump out all of my money, which we didn't want. We have this. That's very gold. Is that the direction in which I wish to go? I feel like there's got to be like a... What screams... Oh. Treasure. We're gonna make him jealous, see. I feel like Underpin is the kind of dude to feel some type of way if he thinks I have a higher net worth than him. So maybe some shades. That's usually good. You know, she's too rich to look at people. There we go. The half shades. That's good. Anything else that we wish to add without overwhelming it? I feel like shoulders might take it too far. A really tall hat. I'm gonna have a look at my shoulders, but I feel like there's nothing I really badly want to do here. That's not gonna just make it too much. Those are kind of cool. I just kind of balance it out a little bit. That's the endowed mantle. Okie dokie. Yeah, there's lots of gold stuff. Oh yeah, there's all the gold Torghast stuff as well. I feel like that's not fitting with our theme though. We're looking for glam. We're looking for on the nose gold. That's pretty gold. Yeah. I kind of liked the silhouette that we had going on with these. That's nice. Those are a little. That's probably the mythic appearance of whatever set that's from. If I had to guess. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Do a one-shoulder shawl. I could. I didn't feel like I had any that I really liked though. I don't think there's a golden top hat, which is a real problem in this game. Someone should get on that. Good morning and happy Friday. Good morning. Happy Friday. What kind of pet do I want to have out with me? Are there any pets? Oh, I know who I want to have with me. It's Francois. He is the chicken that will only befriend you. Oh, is he literally golden? Or is he just kind of like not looking great in this light? He's not literally golden. I think he's just looking a bit sickly. You can only get that pet if you are holding 1,000,000 gold and you talk to the chicken in Storm Song. No. Tearguard Sound. He will not deign to associate with you if you're worth less than 1,000,000 at the time. You don't have to spend 1,000,000 gold, you just have to have it, which I think is hilarious. Okay.
You know what? It don't matter.
Shockwave.
With an iron fist.
Gruntle.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Bomb
Get
incoming.
to the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Say hello to all my friends.
Gruntle.
I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Bomb
Get to
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
I want that one, but it's bait. It's bait.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Gruntle.
It's okay, we're just getting our biopress.
Bomb incoming.
Oh, you rude. There we go.
Shockwave.
Alright.
You for what you've done.
So now we need to be careful to get out of the middle.
Collides.
I ain't paying for you
Because
to
there's going to be
stand
more ads
around.
coming. We do not want them to spawn
Frontal.
bad spawns here.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the
To
pain.
the best of our ability,
Shockwave.
Flatten you for
we
what
want
you've
to
done.
wrap up the
I'm
ads.
gonna
Mink.
give you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
That's a lot of ads.
Shockwave.
I feel like I was doing
For
okay.
what you've done.
Bomb incoming.
Talk, tick, tock, you interloping mooks. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Gruntle.
He's got to be doing his thing soon.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've
We
done.
really need to get off the center.
Collides.
We need to get over to the wall. This is bad. This is bad.
Bomb
Till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Gruntle. Shockwave.
Flatten you for
Oh,
what
no.
you've done.
Oh no. He's going to shield soon.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Gruntle.
Maybe this one will be enough.
Bomb
Till
incoming.
the count of 10.
Oh, there's
1,
one.
2, 10.
Lots of them.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Gruntle. Collides.
I ain't paying for
Okay,
you to
so
stand
then we just pushed him
around.
to...
Bomb incoming.
Count of 10.
I was going to say...
2, 10. I'll make you rain, you'll feel the pain.
Frontal.
I rule with an iron fist.
If Fran can't stay alive without me, then
Interloping moose.
he's got his own problems.
Frontal. Attack shield.
There's the shield. We've saved PI for this for what feels like a very long time.
I'll make you rain, you'll feel the pain. I'm gonna
Bowman
give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Say hello to all my friends.
Shockwave.
I rule with an iron fist.
Frontal.
Oh, Bran's got your pay. Be careful. Oh, don't go
Okay, we
dying
were
on
doing
me.
alright. We definitely died to a melee, which is me, but I did stand in the flamethrower first, so. I think the Transmog's
Next
helping.
time, let's use some harder hitting moves.
I'm level 671. Plenty of juice here. Plenty of juice. There's Francois. Fight is bonkers. I want to have a pet where you have to have 80% insane account completion mode. You might have to just like go adopt a kitten or something. I don't think Blizzard's gonna give that to you. I'm gonna use PI off the rip and then I'm gonna regret it later because I feel like that was way longer than 2 minutes. It may have just been because I wasn't pushing him though, because so using PI may cause him to do that earlier. I think I can break the shield without it, but it definitely helped make me feel better.
Bowman
Give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Front.
I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Yeah, I know people love
Bowman
hotkey for this,
coming.
interact key for this, but I just don't, I can't aim with it very well. Oh, that was actually a really nice knockback. That's very convenient.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Yeah.
Frontal.
See what I
Bowman
can
Till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. Time out,
Attack
time
shield.
out. Get in here.
Collapse.
I ain't paying for
Okay,
you
so
to
he
stand
definitely
around.
shield busted just
Frontal.
fine.
I'll make you rain, you'll feel the pain.
Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Bowman coming.
There are loads of ads, and my positioning has gotten kind of messy here. Let's
Shockwave.
cross the
With
street.
an iron fist.
Frontal. Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping moose. I'll make you rain, you'll feel the pain.
Attack shield.
Oh yeah, we got nothing but
A kick in the head. I'll flatten
we
you for
broke the
what
shield,
you've
that's good.
done. Get in here.
Or
I
at least
ain't
not
paying
starting
for you to
over.
stand around.
Frontal. Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping moose. I rule with an iron fist.
Frontal.
I'll make you rain, you'll feel the pain.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping moose.
Front.
Time out, time out. My mech is private property. I'll flatten you for what you've done. Say
Collapse.
hello to all my friends.
Ooh, get out
Frontal.
I'm gonna
Bowman
give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Forecast.
Okay, we need to
cloudy
get
with a
out of the
chance
middle.
boom.
Shockwave.
I roll with an iron fist.
What if they just died of old age? I'm going on a trip.
Bowman coming.
I'm going on a big trip.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
I guess
Frontal.
there's lots of bombs for us to work with here.
Attack shield.
My mech is private property. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain. Say
Collide.
hello to all of my friends.
Let's go back on the wall a little
I'm
bit.
gonna give you till the count of
Need
10.
to move.
1, 2, 10.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Tick tock, you interloping mooks. Forecast
That oil's awful.
cloudy with a chance of
Frontal.
boom.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron
Ah, that one's stuck.
Attack shield.
My mech is private property.
Oh, his neck. I thought he was talking to me about his neck.
Bowman
Till
coming.
the count of 10.
I thought, of course, bud.
10. Say
Collide.
hello to all my
Expect nothing less.
friends.
My neck's private property, too.
Frontal.
I'll
Shockwave.
flatten you for what you've done. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
It can't end like
Got a little
this.
behind at the end. Oh, there's so many over on the far side, too. Oh. That's pretty good. I wish they would tell you percentage. Floor's lava. The bombs do not damage him, unfortunately. That would be sick. That would be really nice if they did.
You're small potatoes.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Frontal.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom. I'm
Bowman
gonna give you
coming.
till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Say hello to all of my friends.
Frontal.
I rule with an iron fist.
Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Roll with an
As we keep practicing this, I think I'm going to get better at, first of all, staying on top of the ads, but then second of all, doing damage while staying on top of the ads, because I think your first priority when you're learning this is just to bomb him as hard as possible, or bomb the ads as hard as possible, and not even worry too much about
My
Underpin.
mech is private property.
Frontal.
I'm
Bowman
gonna give you till
coming.
the count
We
of
want to
10.
get well away from the
2,
oil.
10.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. Get
Collide.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Frontal.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
I'm dodging them a little bit just to get some bioprints, hopefully. I'm pretty sure I'm using that. I haven't seen them, but I just believe that they're there.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Attack shield.
My mech is private property.
Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Get
Collide.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Frontal.
Get in there.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Yeah, we're getting back to the
Frontal.
wall.
Time out. Time out. Tick tock, you interloping mooks. I rule with an iron fist.
Alright, quick look around. No cronies.
Frontal.
That's good. Couple seconds of free DPS time.
Say
Kill out.
hello to
New
all
cronies.
my friends.
See if we can
Bowman
use some
coming.
existing bombs to get a head start on.
Interloping mooks. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what
I don't
you've
really love
done.
this backpedaling that I've done. But you kind of got to do what you got to do. Oh, we killed all the ads though.
Bowman coming.
I don't really know how we did that.
Interloping mooks.
Frontal.
Oh, not all of them. This friend just died.
Attack shield.
Deep breath.
Shockwave.
Rule with an iron
Good.
fist.
Look where our bombs are. Look where our friends are.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of
I
boom.
think that just having it on him like that would hurt him.
Frontal.
It should, but I probably won't. I'm not that lucky. I don't know.
Bowman coming.
We want to get back in the wall, which I think means we want to make it around the corner in a
Relax.
sec. Oh, that's bad. Those cronies are going to be bad.
Shockwave.
Well, you know what? It's okay. Everything's okay.
Frontal.
There
Bowman
is a couple of
coming.
guys on the back half. We're not real thrilled about them.
Cloudy with a chance of boom.
Frontal.
Maybe we'll rotate back to them.
Time out. Time out. I rule with an iron fist.
The good news is that these are
Bowman
pretty
coming.
forgiving.
1, 2.
The
Frontal.
kicks. My aim still sucks, but alright, we're gonna get back in the wall. We're gonna get back to
Kill out.
Hello to all my friends. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Frontal.
Tick tock, you interloping
and it's
mooks.
bomb time.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Time out,
Attack
time
shield.
out.
Where's Underpin? Where's Underpin? There he is. Oh, we don't have dots on him. That's pretty bad.
My
Okay, we got a
neck is
shield.
private property. I
Shockwave.
rule with an iron fist.
Bowman
I'm gonna
coming.
count to 10.
Thank you.
1, 2, 10. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Shockwave.
I rule with an iron
He's at 29%.
fist. Say hello to all my
There's more
friends.
ads coming in. And at a certain point,
Bowman.
it just becomes awful to try to, like, navigate
Frontal.
to even keep them kicked.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. Forecast cloudy with a chance of
Yeah, we're not
boom.
really in, like,
Time out.
execute range. I think this is, yeah, gonna get a bit messy. That was better, though.
I know you can do better than that.
I'm at kind of a funny angle. Let's not do that. Let's, Oh, man. When the bombs time out, they don't do damage to the ads. I know. I was just kind of wishful thinking. I just kind of felt like if this was real life, it hurts me. How come it doesn't hurt them? Got into 50? It was certainly at least 29. We looked at it once. Yeah, this is okay. We're having fun. I do need to repair my gear, though. I'm gonna step outside and pull up a repair mount. Oh, that one got me a little jittery. Let's do... Oh yeah, I need to make some more hardy food because I sent all my hardy food to the hunter that I ended up immediately not working on. So let's pop down like a... Here, we'll pull up Francois and we'll put on a candle on his head so that we can cook on the poor guy. And then we're gonna pull up cooking. And we're going to make some hearty food out of these Belladar's bounties so that we don't lose our buff when we die. Good for keys also. Maybe 5. Call that 1. 2.
Good fortune to our friends.
3. 4. 'Sometimes when I breathe really deep and I slow down for a second, I can feel my pulse in my body and I can use it to kind of check my heart rate. It's been slower. Oh, that was exciting. Fuba. I just want Brand's hat back. Alright. Francois, let's get back in there. Am I happy with my choices here? I kind of think I might switch. Bioprinter I'm sure is good, but it means that I'm kind of fussing around with dotting the ads. I could avoid that if I went with Loot Raider. How much damage are my bioprints giving me? %. Bioprint melees are 1%. Is there any other damage here that could be attributed to bioprint? I don't think so. I don't think that's worth it. I think we're gonna take Loot Raider. Because that, every 30 seconds is going to make him take 10% more damage for 15 seconds. It's 50% uptime on 10% extra damage taken. That's pretty strong. And it's also impossible to mess up, which we appreciate. And that way we're not fussing around. We're not messing around trying to tag ads for bioprints or anything.
I got a deed for these girls signed by Gallywix.
Shockwave.
You know what? It don't matter.
Brunful.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom. Tick-tock, tick-tock, you interloping moose. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. That'll teach you for trespassing.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Have it, of course I have.
I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Brunful.
I think one thing I can try
With an iron fist.
is, and it's hard because you don't have a ton of time. One thing I'd like to try is taking an extra second
Brunful.
when I'm kicking bombs to do something really radical and
Bomb
change.
incoming.
Till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. Time out.
Attack
Time
shield.
out.
Not a lot of cooldowns up for this round of shield break, but we'll make it for
My
sure.
mech is bright
Kill
and
ads.
hello to all my friends.
Brunful.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Shockwave.
Alright, so where are my bombs? There's the bombs
Tick-tock,
again.
tick-tock, you interloping moose.
Brunful.
Disperse and run through them because that front was kind of ugly. Oh, the oil sucks. I think that's one good reason we should move a little bit more. Okay. So we're looking good on ads.
Bomb incoming.
These bombs might be useful. I think the next ads are going to come in behind me, so I may need to move this way a little bit.
Attack shield.
Somebody, I was reading some Wowhead comments in this fight, and somebody was talking about the value of timing the fight so that you could avoid
Frontal.
Having the ads spawn
Shockwave.
inconveniently with his shield phase, like having basically holding damage to prevent spawning the ads. Oh, that's good.
Bomb incoming.
Right during shields. I haven't really had big issues with that yet, but I could see how that would be a good thing to keep an eye on.
Attack shield.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
My mech is private property.
So after the shield, that's when he drops his
1, 2, 10. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
right on the wall.
To all my friends.
Frontal.
I'm gonna start kicking some bombs. Aim.
I rule
Then
with
fire.
an iron fist.
These bombs are a bit far. You can.
Bomb
Oh,
incoming.
that was a good one actually.
You interloping mooks.
You can double kick them. You
Frontal.
can kind of dribble a little bit. Just need to be a bit cautious here.
Shockwave.
Rule with an iron fist. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
So it's just this one ad. All the bombs are quite far.
Attack shield.
I think we're just gonna kill this shield. Dots would be good.
That'll teach you for trip. My mech is bright. I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Oh no, I did
Frontal.
aim! I did aim it! There we go, that's better.
Shockwave.
Rule with an iron fist.
He is currently sitting at 40% HP.
Kill ads.
I ain't
New
paying
ads are
for you
coming.
to stand around.
We'll run over a couple brand potions here.
Frontal. Bomb incoming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Oh,
Okay,
Bram's
be
got your
careful.
back.
Have some good instincts. Have some good luck.
Tick tock, tick
Have a little bit of
tock, you
aim.
interloping
It's hard when they're on the wall.
Shockwave.
Rule with an iron fist.
Alright. He's at 35%. And we're going into another shield phase. We actually get another combat pot in a couple seconds here. I'm probably gonna run that. I pressed one on the pole because I felt like it would be kind of fun.
Private property.
You know, what else are they for in life?
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the
Kill
pain.
ads.
Hello
Consider
to
the
all
ads are
my
coming in and that
friends.
these bombs are gonna be going off.
Bomb incoming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
That's just barely out of
Shockwave.
range.
Flatten you for what you've done.
So now we needed to take a second and really work on these ads. We have lots of good juice,
Keepers
but
preserve
that I think is exactly where I died last time too. That corner can get kind of dicey, and I
Next
feel
time,
like what
let's
happens
use
with
some
me.
harder hitting moves.
I don't know if I need to change this specifically, but like you can waste your whole life trying to run around the path of the fireballs because they indicate really early. So I start crossing them, especially when I'm desperate and in a hurry, because I'm like, oh, it'll only take me like a second to run across this. It'll be fine. And then, of course, the moment I try to do that, especially if I'm crossing multiple paths, I become the proverbial
Frontal.
chicken who is not going to be laying any more eggs.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
So that the
Bomb
red
incoming.
thing, that's Loot Raider.
You interloping mooks.
That's my 10% increased damage
Kill
taken on the boss.
I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Shockwave.
Flatten you
Now
for
we're
what you've
going
done.
around. One more needs to go backwards, one more forward maybe? No, we're done.
Bomb incoming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
There is one more.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Oh, that was close. There's one more right in front of him. Go.
Frontal. Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've
When he
done.
says interloping moose,
Collapse.
I think he's talking about my dog Moose. I hear him talk about Moose, and I was like, what are you saying about my puppy? What are you saying about my good boy?
Cloudy with a chance of
Attack shield.
Okay, so that would be an example of bad ad timing. Because we need to kill this shield, but we've got a lot of stuff to dodge. And it's going to put us a hair behind. Especially on top of these bombs.
My neck is
But we
bright
did
and
manage
proper.
Bowman
Give me till
coming.
the count of
to
10.
successfully...
1, 2, 10.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've
We did
done.
manage...
Frontal.
Alright, we're going to take a second. We're going to ignore the boss for a minute. Because he just did his... Oh, that's nice. There's two in the back. I ought to not leave those there.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. I'm
Bowman
gonna give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Frontal.
Frontal's coming kind of behind me a little bit.
Get in here. I ain't
You
paying for you to
cronies.
stand around. I
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist.
New cronies are on the other side.
Time out. Time out.
And we've got new shields. This poll has been off to kind of a bad start numbers-wise. Oh, whatever I did just
My neck is
did a
bright.
huge
Bowman.
blue error.
Count of 10.
I think I hit my account mode button on all of things. I
Frontal.
have a keybind for that. Okay, this is the messiest poll that ever
Shockwave.
we ever did see. This is dramatically worse than everything we've done up to this point. Let's work on these ads for fun.
Frontal.
Okay. That one doesn't count. Retry this on tank ult. People say it only takes 2 bombs. Yeah, I could see how that would be helpful. Okay, let's try that again. Dun, 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 dun.
All kneel before the
Summon a chicken.
Shockwave.
The chicken
Flatten you
dance.
for what you've done.
Frontal.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom. I'm
Bowman.
gonna give you till the count of 10.
Look
1.
for the bomb, sir.
All kneel to say hello to
For the
all my
cronies, sir.
friends. I'll flatten you for what you've done. I'm gonna
Bowman
give you till the
coming.
count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Frontal.
I think that the I'm to some extent avoiding the I'm avoiding the fire from the dead mechs
Frontal.
from the previously dead set of ads. Because it
Bowman
just looks really
coming.
hot. It looks like hot fire.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My mech is
Collapse.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Frontal.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Bowman
Tick-tock,
coming.
tick-tock, you interloping mooks.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Keep us
Oh no!
preserved.
I wandered into the frontal. Hot fire is hot. Does fire turn into anything else if it gets hot enough, like how water does? That's a stupid question. Oh, he's not even here yet. There he is. I think he's getting tired. It's taking longer to respawn. I think we're wearing him down, guys.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Like if you burn fire and you really mean it, can you make super fire? Kind of like how if you boil water in a microwave, you can super boil it and make it
Bowman coming.
excessively dangerous.
1, 2, 10.
Kill
Get in
ads.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
That's pretty good. Those guys are almost dead already.
Roll with an iron fist.
That one- it does stay a second after they've just finished it, doesn't it?
Bowman
Till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Frontal.
There's one guy and we're not going to forget about him. I'm coming, Harold.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
I'm coming, Harold. Hold on. You know what? We're going clockwise. Clockwise is a great direction.
Frontal.
That's been my problem so far, is I've been trying to fight the clock.
Open moves.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Kill ads.
Hello to all my friends.
Frontal.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Bowman coming.
This has gone poorly. There you go.
Frontal.
Are there any new bombs? Nope, they died. Rest in peace,
Shockwave.
my bomberoodles. Where's Underpin? There he is. Let's DPS him for a second while we wait for more bombs.
Bowman coming.
Count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll make you rain. You'll find
Attack
out. I'm
shield.
out.
We always stop for the shield.
Let's
Oh, didn't
keep
move.
a strategy in mind for the next.
Oh, Bran, I'm doing my best. Yeah. Turns color when it gets hot enough. Oh. Plasma. I thought I had plasma in my blood. That's all the plasma that I know. It's been a long time since science class.
Frontal.
I think my education's wearing off.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
It's getting a little rusty.
Bowman coming.
Count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Kill
Get
ads.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Frontal.
I
Wait.
roll with an iron.
Send this one, this one. This one. This way.
Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Frontal.
Okay.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
You've jumped very far away, my friend.
Frontal. Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Get
Kill
in here.
ads.
I ain't paying for you to stand around. Time
Attack
out. Time
shield.
out. My mech
Frontal.
is private property. I'll make you rain.
That's annoying. No, that's annoying!
Roll with an iron.
I didn't realize I'd missed the shield. I thought I was fine. I thought I was so cool. Kicking bombs and DPSing down the shield. That's hubris for you. My fascinating observation to myself was, what if, instead of looking for the mechs to kick the bombs towards... Also, I think at this point I'm just here for practice. This is a mess.
Bowman coming.
What if instead of looking for mechs to kick the bombs towards, I just kick them more or less largely down the
Frontal.
fault lines of their little red channel
Shockwave.
thingies.
Can't end like this.
You know, they're basically arrows pointing at the mechs. So let's use them as such. Have a little thinker-rooney about it. Oh, I have power infused. Oops, I meant to summon my chicken. Let's go!
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Frontal.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Bowman coming.
Tick-tock, you interloping mooks. Get
Kill-
in here. I ain't paying for you to
Trying to
stand
save it.
around.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. I'm gonna
Bowman
give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Gruntle. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
The bombs are kind of going big in the middle for no particularly apparent reason. I
Bowman
swear I wasn't.
coming.
Tick-tock, you interloping mooks.
What is-
Gruntle.
Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. Get
Kill
in
out.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Gruntle.
I'm gonna give you till the count of 10.
One nice thing actually about doing this in Shadow Priest is that you can kick bombs in dispersion. So if you ever need kind of like an emergency, stop everything, just live and kick bombs,
Gruntle.
you can do that on whatever cooldown your dispersion is talented to have.
Bowman coming.
Count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Gruntle.
Time
Attack
out. Time
shield.
out.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Alright, we need to get out of here. Those are
Nice.
going to start going off.
Paying for you to stand around.
Bowman
Tick-tock,
coming.
tick-tock, you interloping mooks.
Gruntle. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
He's at 57%.
Forecast
I can see that most of my
cloudy
bombs
with a
need to go
chance of
this way. The
boom.
oil is really not worth standing on, even if you think you need to kick a bomb.
Gruntle.
That hurts very badly. Oh, but
Bowman
they're all
coming.
on it.
10.
I know what I just said, but
2, 10.
oh, that's so dangerous.
Flatten you for what you've done. Ain't that a
It's
kick
okay,
in
I
the
have
head?
floor to stand on. I've never had more floor. This is an excellent amount of floor.
My neck
Rental.
is private property.
I think if I stay
Kill
over
out.
here,
I ain't paying for you to stand
they can
on
get blown up with
forecast
the rest of them,
cloudy
yeah.
with a chance of I'm
Bowman
gonna give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Gruntle.
So we have a decent amount of ads. Don't wander into the front of.
Roll with an iron
That's not a good place to be. Getting a little out of hand. Okay, we've got big hands. Use some more bombs over here, Underpin.
Bowman
I don't
coming.
want to go back for those ones. Thank
1,
you.
2, 10.
Gruntle. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
This is not real fire.
Time out,
Attack
time
shield.
It's
out.
not scary.
My neck is private property.
Gruntle. Bowman
Tick-tock,
coming.
tick-tock, you interloping mooks. Get
Kill
in
out.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
There's a friend
Shockwave.
over there. That's kind of an awkward spot for you, bud.
Gruntle.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
I'm gonna have to.
Bowman
Ah,
coming.
that's how we die.
You interloping mooks.
That's how we perish.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Gruntle.
39%.
Time out,
Attack
time
shield.
out. My neck is private property.
My neck is private property.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. I'm
Bowman
gonna give you
coming.
till the count of 10.
There he is.
1, 2, 10. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Kill
So
out.
far.
All my
I think
friends.
he's realized that all of his friends are
Rental.
over there.
You're dying on me.
I want 11-2 now? Are you all finished with 11-1 whatever we're on? Or is there something you're really looking forward to? Jacksamir, thank you very much for the 48-month resub. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Hazel. Hoping you are well. Oh, thank you. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. Let's take a second. Let's not just rush back into it. What? Want to be out of Undermine? I mean, you can leave. There's other stuff. I have so much stuff left to collect in Undermine. I have many things. I'm only 2 Goblin Reps Exalted, and that's without Paragon Caches, and that's without Dark Fuse. Nergersil, with 5 gift subs, thank you so much. Appreciate it very much. Congrats to those who got them. Good pull. Yeah, I think we're having a nice time anyway. Here, we're gonna switch to Marmaduke. We're gonna use a different little pack.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
What? I have not had Fort up this entire time.
Kill out.
I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Bomb incoming.
Tick-tock, you interloping moose.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My mech is private property.
Frontal.
We get well away from the oil because we do not
Bomb
like it.
incoming.
Count at 10. 1, 2, 10.
Shockwave.
Roll with an
I think we should make a pact that friends don't let friends walk into oil for
iron
anything.
for you to stand around.
Frontal.
There's so many.
Forecast cloudy
I think
with
what
a
we're gonna do is
chance
we're
of
just gonna book it.
boom.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. I'm
Bomb
gonna get you
incoming.
to the count at 10. 1, 2, 10.
There's so many things. So many dangerous things that we really ought to not
I'll flatten you for what you've
get in
done.
the middle of. There we
Time
go.
out.
There we go. And now it's time for shields. And we happen to have power infusion up, which we love. Lovely.
My mech is private property.
Bomb
I like his
incoming.
voice lines. They're fun.
Tick-tock, you interloping moose. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Frontal.
Get
Kill
here.
out.
I ain't paying for you to stand around. I
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist. Tick-tock, you interloping moose.
Oh my gosh, all of the bombs are on the guy. Just gonna kind of kick slide a little bit here.
Roll with an iron fist.
I think we did good. Yeah, there's just one left.
I'll make you rain.
You can stand in
You'll
his fire.
feel the pain.
It's not real fire. And now we're DPSing.
Attack shield.
Oh, just in time for shields. That was such lucky timing. My cooldown just came off. We just finished the ads. That's just good luck.
Frontal.
It's private property.
Hoo-hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Bomb
Till
incoming.
the count at 10. 1,
Now we get back off the wall.
Shockwave.
Maybe walk on some of these guys.
Frontal.
I like standing a little bit near the
Kill out.
boss
Hello to all my friends.
so that we can like just fire them right away if
Shockwave.
possible.
With an iron fist.
Because we really don't want to be doing
Bomb
this.
incoming.
Tick-tock,
If we can
you
avoid it.
interloping moose. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Frontal.
That's bad. Disperse.
I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Underpin has lost his dots.
Time out! Time out! All kneel before the underpin.
Shield first, then bombs.
My mech is private
Okay.
property. I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count at 10. 1, two, ten.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom. Get in
Collides.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'm
Bomb
gonna get you
incoming.
till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Frontal.
I rule with an iron fist.
That was pretty good.
Frontal.
There's a guy up. I'm gonna dot
Attack
underpin.
shield.
We're gonna do the shields. And then we're gonna backpedal because no ads left behind.
Forecast cloudy
Alright.
with a chance of
Bomb
tick-tock,
incoming.
tick-tock, you interlope and
Gosh.
moose.
Maybe one ad left behind. Oh, two ads left.
Shockwave.
Okay.
That'll teach you for trespassing.
Yeah, it's hard. You just run out of room at a certain point. It's so much easier to kill the ads when they're all like nicely
Collides.
I
stacked.
ain't paying for you to stand around. I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Roll with an
And it
iron
gets quite tricky. Right at the end.
I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Frontal.
It can't end like this.
Oh, Brand's disappointed. That was 5 minutes.
Let's keep a strategy in mind for
All
the
right,
next
Brand.
one.
Let's keep a strategy in mind. I am enjoying Visions. I'm only playing them about 1 day a week. I'm not pushing them super hard. I haven't done like a bunch of masks yet. I think one mask is the most I've done. Thanks for streaming this. Taking some mental notes for my attempts later on. Void River must be good for the extra damage to shield. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Extra damage to shield with Shadow or Death. Shadow or Death consumes absorb shields from your target. Oh, that's sick. I didn't even think of that. I should probably be prioritizing death during shields. That's crazy. Okay. It's kind of fun. The fight's kind of fun.
That'll teach you for trespassing.
I'm having a nice time, I think.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
I'm not always playing my best. Sometimes I don't even get my
Frontal.
third dot up before I use my Void Torrent, but that's okay.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Bo-
Tick-tock, tick-tock, you interloping moose. Say hello to all my friends.
That might be my shortest attempt. That was 28 seconds. That one doesn't count. It doesn't count. You didn't see it. Was that your best yet? I don't know because it doesn't tell you what percentage you got, which is probably for the best. I think all I would do is torment myself with that kind of information. I'm gonna repair. The 5-minute one. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been.
You're small potatoes.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Frontal.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Bomb incoming.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, you interloping
You know what's
moose.
funny is that I'm pretty sure Shadow
Get
Priest
here.
dots.
I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Oh, there's no guys over there, are there?
I rule
That's what we
with
call
an
the
iron
rapid
fist.
fire.
Bomb
Tick-tock,
incoming.
tick-tock, you interloping moose.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Oh, I left a guy up over there. You know what? We'll just... He can think about what he's done. You know what I mean?
Frontal.
We'll get him when we
Bomb
move
incoming.
around.
1, 2, 10.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. Get in
Collides.
here.
Yeah,
I ain't paying for
that
you
did
to
that
stand
did work.
around.
Gruntle.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Incoming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks. I
Wave.
roll with an iron fist.
Gruntle.
I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. I'll flatten you for what you've done. Get in here.
Collides.
I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Gruntle. Bomb incoming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Oh, this is
Shockwave.
great.
With an iron fist.
It's all gone a bit awry.
Gruntle.
Here, kill the egg. And then we're just gonna go diving
I'll make you
into
rain.
everything a little bit.
You'll feel the pain.
Wow, that oil's
Shockwave.
awful.
You for what you've done. I'm gonna give you till the
I
count
think
of
I'm a bit
10.
unhappy with how everything has proceeded. I think perhaps, wow, yeah, no, perhaps we begin again. And say I just have to get lucky with the fight timing that way that I did on that one pull. But I'm sure I could manufacture that luck if I like understood better what the breakpoints were and how much damage I was doing and where my damage was coming from. I'm not a particularly
Shockwave.
experienced Shadow Priest right now at this particular phase of my life.
Gruntle.
I'll make you rain.
So I just kind of press the buttons and I hope good things happen. It's a very optimistic mindset.
1, 2, 10. Get
Collide.
in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I rule with an iron fist. I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Gruntle.
Don't want to be.
Shockwave.
Rule with an iron fist.
Want to get back on the wall. Want to go check in with our friend here. Yeah. And then we want to get back to the
Gruntle.
Tick
Bomb
tock,
incoming.
tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Get in
Collides.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My neck
Gruntle.
is grinding
Oh,
properly.
he healed. Oh
Forecast
no.
cloudy with a chance of boom.
Bomb incoming.
What do I want to do
Tock,
with
you
this?
interloping mooks. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Gruntle.
Well, you know, it's extra practice.
I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Gruntle.
I'll
Shockwave.
flatten you for what
Content like this.
Lucky chicken. Don't feel it was that hard as Marksman Hunter. Lust probably helps a lot. I was gonna pull out drums just for if in case I make it to like 20%, but I don't have any on me and I'm cheap. It's already a miracle that I'm popping a health or a damage pot every now and then.
Shockwave.
flatten you for what you've done.
Especially when I pop them in the right order.
Frontal.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Bowman.
Tick-tock, you interlope and moose. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Frontal. Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. I'm gonna
Bowman
give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
You know what?
Frontal.
I decided I was going to use
Bowman coming.
I was going to use that extra ad. I was just going to dot it for insanity.
Killads.
Hello to all my friends.
Frontal.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Shockwave.
I roll with an iron fist. I'm gonna give you to all kneel before the underpin.
Frontal.
I
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist.
Bowman
My
coming.
dogs do more damage to the ads than I really thought they were gonna.
2, 10. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Attack shield.
My neck is private property. Get
Killads.
here. I ain't
Alright,
paying
Bran.
for you to stand around.
Shockwave.
I roll with an iron fist.
Bowman
Tick-tock,
coming.
tick-tock, you interlope and moose.
Frontal.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Frontal.
I'm gonna
Bowman
give you
coming.
till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I rule with an iron fist. Time out.
Attack
Time
shield.
out. My neck is private property.
Frontal.
Get in here.
Killads.
I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Shockwave.
No, I could have used this.
Bowman coming.
Count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Frontal.
Helps are coming.
I roll with an iron fist. I'm
Bo-
gonna give you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Frontal. Shockwave.
I roll with an iron fist. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My neck is private property. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain. I'm gonna
Bowman
give you till
coming.
the count of
I want
10.
to get out of this corner quite badly.
2, 10. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Frontal.
That'll teach you for trespassing.
Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. I'm gonna
Bowman
give you till
coming.
the count
That was
of
not
10.
bad.
1, 2, 10. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Frontal. Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out.
Yeah, Shadow Repaint really chunks that.
My neck is private property.
Bowman coming.
He is at 29% currently.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done.
Kill ads.
I ain't paying for you to stand on forecast, cloudy with a chance of boom. I'm gonna give you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Oh, dying on me.
Oh, oh dear, that one hurt a little bit. Oh, it was going quite well, but that means we can do it again. I'm gonna walk that off and I'll be right back.
I know you can do better than that.
Okay, we're back. I wanted to show you my shirt if you didn't see it before. It's got stick insects on it. I saw them at the bug zoo and I enjoyed their little dance that they do to mimic the motion of a leaf in the wind to help blend in. I thought it was very cute. Okay. All right. Computer, you good? Fans are spun up quite hard. Temperature looks okay, so we're just gonna not worry about it. I think maybe it's been doing that the whole time and I've just now heard it. I have some time left on my feast and stuff. Cute, love the leaf looking ones. They have some really large stick insects. Some of them are quite big, which is kind of cool. I've seen a couple of different stick insect displays at the bug zoo in Victoria, and then also there's a bug section at the Portland Zoo that I've been to before. And it's kind of fun because you get up to it and you're like, oh, there's branches. I wonder where the stick bug is. And then you like keep looking and you keep looking, and then you realize it's all stick bug. It's all stick bug. Neat. I was learning more about porpoises last night. Am I happy?
That'll teach you for trespassing.
Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Forecast, cloudy with a chance of boom.
Bomb incoming.
Tick-tock, you interlope and move. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around.
It's me, an interloping
Gruntle.
Luke.
I rule with an iron fist. I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Gruntle.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Time out! Time out! All kneel before the Underpin. My mech is private property. I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1,
We
2,
want loads of space for that
Gruntle.
oil.
Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Get
Kill
in
ads.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Gruntle.
There's no accounting for aim.
Bomb
Give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll flatten you for. Oh, don't go.
Ooh, there's really no accounting for aim. I thought I could just disperse and walk through that. That was a mistake. My cats would like a stick bug for a few seconds.
That'll teach you for trespassing.
Shockwave.
Rule with an iron fist.
I'm having the worst time getting enough insanity. There we go. Cast a devouring plague.
I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Get in
Flag.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Me. Can I even get this one? Yeah.
Bomb
Give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Forecast, cloudy with a chance of boom.
Shockwave.
Rule with an iron fist. All kneel before the Underpin.
Gruntle. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. Get in
Collapse.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain. I'm gonna give you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Oh, hi, Moose. What you doing, bud? I'll turn on his webcam in a bit. I think he's gonna hang out with me for
Gruntle.
a few minutes.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron
Kind of hoping for
fist.
some more bombs to spawn in this
Attack
vicinity.
shield.
Oh dear.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel. I'm gonna give you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Gruntle.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Say hello to all my friends. I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Gruntle.
I'll
Shockwave.
flatten you for what you've done.
Gruntle.
Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My mech is bright. I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll
Wave.
flatten you for what you've done.
Gruntle.
Oh dear. I was just thinking, friends don't let friends walk in the
Next
oil
time, let's
puddle
use some
for
hard
anything.
hitting moves.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have a good luck pup. It's just like yesterday. He came in stream. He came onto my stream and then he laid down in the smallest possible way. But then by the end of stream, he had like definitely spread out. Buddy. This morning I was taking him for a walk and I said hello to a lady and she said she said hi to my dog and me, but she told Moose that he looked wonderful today, sweetheart, in a little bit of a Jersey accent, which is unusual for here. Maybe she was doing a bit like I like to do sometimes. He did have his bow tie on. He looks very handsome in his bow tie.
You're small potatoes.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Gruntle.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain. I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Bomb incoming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Gruntle. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out.
Oh, that's a great spot for him to leave shields. That's so lucky.
My mech is private property.
Yeah, or for the oil. Okay, well, he leaked a little bit more. He should really see a
Gruntle.
mechanic about that. I don't think he's the type of guy to service
Bomb
his own
incoming.
private property
Count
mech.
of 10. 1,
I think he would pay somebody to do it, and then he would yell at him for doing it
Shockwave.
wrong.
flatten you for what you've done. Get in here.
Collapse.
I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Gruntle.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist. I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out.
I'm gonna pull him through the
My
middle
mech is
after
private
this.
property.
Shockwave.
Because he's
Roll with
leaking.
an iron
I don't want that leaking on the ground. I don't want the leaking over on my edge here.
Bomb incoming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Frontal.
Get in here.
Collapse.
I ain't paying for you to stand around. That'll
Shockwave.
teach you for trespassing. Tick tock, you interloping mooks.
Frontal. Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Frontal.
I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Nope, don't go in the water. Don't go in the oil. It's not worth it.
Frontal.
Kill the crony and get to some clear
Kill
space.
out.
Hello to all my friends. I
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist.
And then we're gonna wait for some more bombs
Bomb
over
incoming.
here.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks. Forecast cloudy with a chance of
Front.
boom.
We're gonna kind of look at where the ads are. We're gonna kind of look at where the bombs are.
I'll
There shouldn't be any bombs
flatten you
coming
for what
down.
you've done. Time out, time out.
We've got shields. That's trouble.
My mech is private property. I'm gonna
I
give you
think I
till the
missed a
count of
whole
10.
range of bombs.
1,
Yeah, there's
2,
a
10.
few.
Frontal.
Oh, Bran's got your back.
Shockwave.
Thanks, Brian. Getting a
I'll
little bit
make it
hairy.
rain. You'll feel the pain.
Okay, we like that.
Frontal.
It's great practice.
I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Keep moving.
Frontal.
Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My mech is private property. Tick tock, you interloping mooks. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Frontal. Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done.
28%. Pretty close to our best pulls.
Tick tock, all kneel before the underpin.
Frontal. Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Kill
Say
out.
hello to all my friends. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain.
Front.
Time out! Time out! My mech
Oh,
is
that was so
right.
close. I almost didn't make that.
You interloping mooks. I
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist.
He's at 20%. We have a great deal kind of bombs going on here.
Shockwave.
I roll with an iron fist. I'm
Bomb
gonna give you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the
I'm not saying that we ignore
Frontal.
ants.
Oh, don't go dying on me.
Oh, it was 12%. That was 12%.
Next time, let's use some harder hitting moves.
The end of that sentence was that we will keep kicking bombs at ads when it's convenient, but I was going to mainly focus balls. Let's do a couple of deep breaths with a puppy well before we pull again. Take a second. Cute boy. That's my buddy Moose. I named a pet after him. Yeah.
That'll teach you for trespassing.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Gruntle.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Bowman
Tick-tock,
coming.
tick-tock, you interlope and moose. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Bowman
Tick-tock,
coming.
tick-tock, you interlope and moose. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the
Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Tick-tock, tick-tock, you interloping moose.
Shockwave.
I roll with an iron fist. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My mech say
Collide.
hello to all my friends.
Gruntle.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done.
We need to
I'm
backtrack.
gonna give you till the count of 10. 1, 2,
Oh, that bomb.
10.
Gruntle.
That bomb has perished.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Approximately the correct direction. And we're
Gruntle.
getting back on the wall.
Bowman
Tick-tock,
coming.
tick-tock, you interloping moose. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain. Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. I rule with an iron fist. Say hello to all my friends.
Gruntle.
I'm
Bowman
gonna give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I rule with an iron fist.
Gruntle.
Forecast
Okay, I thought I
cloudy with a
missed.
chance of boom.
Kind of deserved to miss.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist.
Bowman.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, you interloping moose.
Gruntle.
Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My mech is private property.
Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done. Say
Collide.
hello to all my friends.
Gruntle.
I'm
Bowman
gonna give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Forecast cloudy with a chance.
Shockwave.
Oh, those are so
for
far
what you've
away.
done.
That's tricky.
Gruntle.
Those are going to be very tricky to get. Sorry, Underpin. You can just like live your life for a second.
Ain't that a... I'm gonna give you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist.
Gruntle.
No, I shouldn't have tried to kick it backwards. I thought I was who's a favorite famous soccer player? Mia Hamm. I was having a Mia Hamm moment. It's okay. We have the good luck pup. Ding, ding.
That'll teach you for trespassing.
Shockwave.
I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Gruntle.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain. I'm
Bowman
gonna give you till
coming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. Get in here.
Thanks.
I ain't paying for you to stand around.
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done!
Bomb
Tick-tock,
incoming.
tick-tock, you interloping moose!
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done! Time out! Time out! My
Man, when
neck
you have a
is
Shadow or
blinded
Death
properly.
proc ready for that shield, it's over like immediately.
I'm
Bomb
gonna get you
incoming.
till the
Alright, we
count
need to
of
get
10.
quite far.
1, 2,
Because the bombs in the oil are basically bait.
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist! Get
Kill
in
ads.
here. I ain't paying for you to stand around!
Frontal.
Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom! I
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist! I'm
Bomb
gonna get you
incoming.
till the temps are coming!
Frontal. Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist! Time
Attack
out, time
shield.
out. My mech is private property! I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10! Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom!
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done! Get in here! I ain't paying for you to stand around! I'm gonna get you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10!
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done! I'll make you rain, you'll feel the pain!
Frontal.
Time out! Time out! My mech! Tick-tock, tick-tock, you interloping moose!
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done!
I have so many good bombs over there. But there's so
Frontal.
much oil, I feel like I have to abandon them. I think this is the part of the fight that gets hairy, because I abandon the
Nice.
bombs, he summons new ads. I have no bombs for the
Bomb
ads.
incoming.
Oh, hang on, there's bombs coming down now.
Interloping moose!
That's fine.
I'll make you rain, you'll feel
Frontal.
the pain!
Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done! Tick-tock, tick-tock, you interloping moose!
Frontal. Attack shield.
Wow. That was embarrassing.
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist! Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom!
Need to move farther.
Bomb incoming.
Tick-tock, you interloping moose!
Kill
Say
ads.
hello to all my friends!
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done! I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2, 10! Forecast cloudy with a chance of
Frontal.
boom!
Shockwave.
Roll with an iron fist! Time out!
Hack.
Time out! My mech is private property! I'm
Bomb
gonna get you till
incoming.
the count of 10. 1, 2,
It's kind of annoying me.
Frontal. Shockwave.
Flatten you for what you've done! Get
Kill
in
ads.
here. I ain't
Uh-oh.
paying for you to
That's
stand
gonna
a
suck.
forecast cloudy
Alright,
with
there
a
they are.
chance of boom!
Bomb
Gonna
in.
get you till the count of
The hard
10.
thing, because if you land it on like one guy,
Frontal.
you can end up in
Shot.
kind of a better
Roll with
position.
an iron fist.
This is not going great.
Time out,
Attack shield.
Shielding, and he has 21% again.
My mech is private property.
Gruntle. Bowman coming.
Tick tock, you interloping mooks. I'll make you rain. You'll
Shockwave.
roll with an iron fist.
14%.
Get in here.
Collides.
I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'll make that a kick in the head. I rule with an iron fist.
Gruntle.
I'll make you rain. You'll feel the pain. Time out,
Attack
time
shield.
out. My mech is bright. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Bowman
Tick
coming.
tock, tick tock, you interloping mook.
Breaking the bank and let me solo him. Breaking the bank is for defeating him on tier 2 question marks before the release of the next season of Delves. And let me solo him is for doing it without any other players in your party. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm here all week. What does the bud think? He's impressed. Alright. That was good. That was real good, huh, buddy? I am upgrading my real deal with 2 E's to the real deal with an A. Hilarious that they put both of those in. And I think... Hang on, we gotta loot him. I forgot he has loot. Ruined crests. Thanks. Wow. I also got a crossbow. Sick. And gold for the Gobtrotter. Let's go show it off. Those are standard voice alerts with DBM. You don't need a voice pack for those ones. Great job, YouTube guides. Cute gnome player lady. How to get real deal with the ease. That is from a one-armed bandit achievement. Killing one-armed bandit with all 5... is it 5? Maybe it's 4. Chip buffs active. There's some chips that you can loot in the trash area before one-armed bandit, and you can pop them into the machines before you fight him. And if you do it with all of them up, the fight is much harder, but you get an achievement. More about strats and pattern recognition. Yeah, it's just practice, I think, really. As long as you have the damage to break the shield, you can kind of keep doing it. Not exactly forever, because as the room fills with oil, it gets really annoying because the oil is just so dangerous to step into for bombs. But you have time for sure. So that was Shadow Priest, which is not an ideal spec to do it on, but it wasn't bad. I have pretty good item level. I'm 671. I had an Eye of Kazan and a Moxie Jug on for that. I was Void Weaver, single target. It was a raid build. I ripped off a WoW head that looks like this. Nothing too crazy. And I think that this mount that we're gonna pop on here is gonna match my Transmog. Going to do some fishing now in Halifal to relax. It's yeah. That's right, I have to figure out what else I'm gonna do. I've got another hour and 15 minutes left on stream today. So there's the Gobtrotter. Full transformation. Gold. It's a golden rare. Gobtrotter. I haven't really ridden this mount much. I feel like it's clunky. But maybe I'm more likely to ride it now because I don't know about you, but this is sick. Shiny. Shiny. Happy Friday. DH Guild just got cutting edge. Nice. Congratulations. Do you think it's too late to start trying to get into Mythic rating this season? I don't think so. You did it. I just missed it. Yeah, we were at it for like, what, a good hour and... I've been at it pretty much all stream, but just under 2 hours. Time to farm Void Crystal Panther now. The balloon looks like it's falling apart. What if it's bursting with potential? It's just ready. It's almost ready to let its new exciting golden balloon life out. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing now. That was my whole plan. I had this big, like, late season goal of, okay, I'm gonna get all of this Nightfall stuff done, or, well, most of it done. I'm gonna get my brand to 80, and I thought that was gonna take weeks, and we did that yesterday in, like, 4 delves. And then I was like, okay, and then I'm gonna work an Underpin, and I thought that would take... I was kind of hoping I'd be able to do it in one stream, if I'm being honest with myself. So that was great. That was, I don't want to say easy. It wasn't easy, but it was fun. And it's finished now. So I need a new goal. Moose, what should I do? His top paw is like quivering, like it's hanging in kind of a weird angle, and he's like, I think maybe he's beginning to dream. Or maybe that's just his pulse. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's his pulse. I can do... I don't want to. I don't wanna. I have some options for things that I'm working on. One of them is I had a notion about doing, I need one more piece of Transmog from Nightfall, and it has to drop, apparently. So I can work on that. I can do basically daily bags and hourly events to try to get this last cloak to drop. It's not even a Transmog I especially want. It's just the fact that it's the last thing from Nightfall. The fact that it is not available on a vendor when almost all the rest of the stuff is so mean. But, you know, complaining's not going to get it for me. And if I've decided that I want it, and I think that I do. I think that I do want it. I just need this Nightfall Executioner's drape. That's all I need. Can drop for anybody. It's a cloak. If that's what I want, then perhaps I should just go work on it. Oscar79, thank you for the 57-month resub. Very much appreciated. Now do Zekfir. I never really did Zekfir. I did Zekfir one time on, I feel like, the easy difficulty with Flabby in the group, and I didn't really get what was going on, and I never looked at it again. I was, for whatever reason, not really engaged in delves in the first season, so I, like, totally missed out on Zekfir.
Sacred flame guide your way, friend.
That is how my dog is sleeping. That is a live webcam feed of my boy Moose. That's it. I'm gonna go try double question mark Underpin. You've inspired me. You got this. You're cutting edge. You can do anything. You can do anything. I was shocked by how easy it was to get my Bran up to I don't have a weekly quest, do I? I was really surprised by how easy it was to get my Bran up to... Oh, he does have 2... So we could do like 6 of these, but if I want to do the hourly one that's going to be up in 10 minutes, I'll probably have a character up. These bags have a chance. I'm just so disheartened about the idea of the cultist bags dropping me this loot. Because... Is that the only way I can get it? No, the rares can drop it as well. And then event completion. The boss spawns at the end of the Nightfall event. And I think the boss itself as well. I think there's a few different places that we can get this from. But it's just so disheartening to try to imagine getting it. Because I opened 127 bags. I did so much of this. I did so much of this. That it feels really like... Well, if I didn't get it by now, what if it takes another 127? You know, like... That was just for the cat mount. What if I didn't realize that the real grind was the Nightfall Executioner's Cloak or whatever? Brian's 56, have a lot of delves ahead of me. I was getting a lot of Bran experience. They really buffed it. I was doing 10s. I had a bunch of characters that had a map, like a Delver's Bounty map available. And doing that on a 10 gave Bran, and then also making sure that I did all of the the Nightfall, or not the Nightfall, all of the Underpin packs really gave me tons of experience. I'm trying to remember, I guess I'd have to look up. The Wheel of Cheese item that you get, that they added in Turbo Boost, gives you just like an obscene amount of experience. So whatever it is that guarantees you that, I feel like is what people should be focusing on if they're trying to catch their brand up, but I don't remember what. Here, Big Wheel of Cheese, let's look it up. Added in 11.1.5. Contained in the Hidden Trove. Okay, so you get your Big Wheel of Cheese from doing a Delver's Bounty map. So make sure that you do one of those on as many alts as you can. You can use Wave Scramblers to spawn Underpin. You can get lucky and see Underpin spawn, or you can get the maps out of previous delves. But yeah, doing your weekly Delver's Bounty, and then if possible doing it across alts will catch you up pretty fast. Strat for getting the ants to spawn together, stay close to the wall is basically all it is. Just stay close to the wall and do laps to try to get the ads to spawn near you anyways. That's good advice that I was given. Want me pocket pizza? Watching your content for years and just seeing your live. Wanted to drop by, say hello, and thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Shucks. His teepees. Lucy, you got your teepees out. Oh, hang on. Whisper Batal Sworn. These rares that spawn. I mean, it doesn't even say it's rare. Maybe I've killed it already for the week or something. These also can drop me. These also can drop me the plug that I need. This one item is just gonna drive me nuts. It's just gonna drive me nuts. Until I get it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do what I did for the cat mount where I would get like a bunch of bags and open them all at once. I think I'm just going to open every bag as I get it and hope for the best.
We must prepare
we can also do... No, that's a helmet. It's the right name prefix, but the wrong thing. We can do the hourly event because I believe it can also drop out of the cleric's chests. As well as the last boss, or maybe it's just the last boss. Nightfall loot really confuses me. Every time I think I've figured it out, I see something that contradicts what I thought I knew, and then I get confused. It's not that it's hard to get most of it, I say, as somebody who's stuck on one last piece, but it's confusing to remember. Little sleepy time pose. He's such a innocent boy. He sleeps so sweetly. This morning all I wanted to do was lay down and chew a stick on some grass. And I kind of wanted to let him do it, but it was like, you know, we're just by the sidewalk. We're in a city. There's people going by. I had breakfast to come back and eat. Gotta get him a yard so he can veg on like a balcony or a deck or something. Get him a little outdoor dog bed. He would love that. Am I really doing this for a cloak? I am. It's gonna drive me nuts that I'm missing just one. And it can drop for anything. DM Hunter through, got a cat, 3 dogs, and 2 pairs of parrots. Love to death. Aww. That's quite the menagerie. I have Mr. Moose, doggy, Miss Kira, the kitty, and then 2 fish. 2 fish at present. And then an indeterminate number of worms. The worm bin is kind of like Schrodinger's worm bin. There either are or not lots of worms depending on... I mean, you won't know until you open the bin. What do you mean? Laying down, chewing sticks, part not in public? It's just, I don't know. It's a bit, I mean, I had somewhere to be and it's just a bit uncomfortable on a busy street to just like stand there and make people walk around you because my dog wanted to lay down and chew on a stick. I live in a city. It's just a bit odd. I think that's probably more my anxiety talking than anything. I don't think most people would mind. The worms are sort of neither pet nor pet food. They are composting worms. So I feed them paper scraps and some kitchen scraps, and they give me worm castings for me to put on my plants as compost. I early in their days did also use the worm bin for fishing worms, but it hurt my conscience pretty bad because, you know, they were born in my living room. It's it just felt a little too mean, so I don't use them for fishing anymore. Much to the chagrin of the local fish.
May the shadows pass you by.
No, Nightfall Executioner's arm plates. Event is starting in 3 minutes. I don't actually need the event on this character. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this quest and I'm going to roll up to the event a couple minutes late because you don't really need to start at the top of the hour. It takes like 15 minutes.
Destroy their siege weapons.
He would love independent outside time. My pup only wanted to come inside to now. Yeah, I think he would love, if I had a little yard and a garden and I was poking around in the garden, he would want to just follow me around and see what I'm doing and stick his nose into everything that I'm doing because he's super curious. He has to know everything. If there's something that he's never seen before, anything that he's never seen before, he wants to stop and watch it and think about it until he feels like he's satisfied. So I feel like gardening would offer him lots of things to think about for a while. And then if there's like a sunny spot, he would maybe settle down. Doggies are at doggy daycare today, so I'm trying to clean while they're gone. Spectators mentioned how cute it was. Exactly described my pup's behavior anytime we were working outside. It's just so cute because sometimes we'll pass by people that are working in like their front lawns and whatnot, and they'll be doing something Moose has never seen, so Moose will like stop to stare at them. And they always think he's begging for treats because I suppose that's just like a thing that dogs do, which is true. And they're always like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't have any treats for you. Or you smell my dog is another common one, which maybe he does. He probably does, but really he just wants to see what you're doing with the drill. He's never seen sandpaper before and he has questions. Nightfall, Darkcasters, Gavel. I can't believe I'm back doing these dailies. I thought for sure when I got the cat mounted drop I was free. But we have loot to get still. I will say my warbank is stocked the heck up with stuff. I could level any alt that I want, and I would have some gear to get her started off with for sure. It would only be weird if you also started chewing on the stick. Moose likes to break off a piece of the stick and then he spits it out and he goes crunk, and then he goes doo, and he just like, sometimes he spits them quite far. He doesn't want to eat the stick, he just wants to break it into pieces, which is mainly why I let him do it.
We're all down here together.
Plus I feel like I gotta let the kid have something. We actually snagged a field by ourselves yesterday evening and we were having a lovely time just throwing a ball for him. I've always been a bit jealous of the ball dogs, the dogs that really like and are very fixated on chasing balls, because it seems very straightforward to entertain them with just like a field and a chuck it. They seem less prone to getting into trouble with the other dogs by annoying the other dogs by being aggressively social or overly rambunctious or whatnot, because all they want to do is chase their ball. So I've been a bit jealous, but it turns out that if there's no other dogs around, Moose could be a ball dog. He ran himself silly. He got quite sleepy. He had a good exercise. He's really enjoying his morning nap.
Are up to something. Destroy the target at once.
Okay. We have some quests. Let's do our best here, and maybe we'll get lucky and it'll drop from this. I'm pretty sure it can at the very least drop from the, I think it can at the very least drop from the last boss. Common, well, from the rares. Maybe it's just event completion for the boss. Yeah, I think it's just the last boss. Maybe it doesn't matter if I'm doing these the soldier's coffers. It seems that maybe the cultist bags are how I'm gonna be farming that. Yo Hazel, I finally got my 3K Mythic Plus rating mounted today. Congratulations, Alrathir. That's amazing. What was your final key? What was your victory lap? 2 out of 10 day rainy weather is causing connection issues. Ooh. Oh, that sounds really frustrating. Network problem dog. I hope you have a lovely, lovely night of sleep.
A mighty adversary has taken the
Operation
field.
Floodgate
Get in
13
there,
to finish
soldier.
things off. Nice. Floodgate still strikes a special kind of fear into my core. I think it's the key that I'm most afraid of. It's not the one that I'm most hesitant to run because it's quite fun, but I'm probably the most scared of Floodgate when it comes to healing. There's just so many things that can go so badly wrong so quickly, and I feel like it asks a lot of like personal player positioning and responsibility on the last 2 bosses as well as a lot of the trash. And if anybody like loses focus for a second, there's some big healing that's got to be done or else. I picked the mage because I knew that he was just sat right here by the event, and I also knew that he hadn't started the event yet,
A
so
mighty adversary has taken the
should be
field.
just fine.
Get in there, soldier.
I've opened a couple of Flames Radiance Paracon caches. We're working on another one. They don't have anything special in them, but I'll take any excuse for an extra free, like, 1,000 gold that I can. As long as we get to... I think we should be fine. I could probably just... Not AFK, but I could probably take it pretty easy and just do, like, a little bit of the last trash packs and the last boss. As long as you're at 59 or higher before the last boss, you'll get the whole thing finished.
A mighty adversary has taken the field. Get in there, soldier.
Is this rare relevant to me? Light Fang the Lost. I think that's like a original rare, like not new. It could contain a Fierce Beast Staff that I don't have yet. I'll do it. Do you think his parents wanted to name it Light Fang spelled properly, but they wanted him to have a unique name, and that's why they went with L-Y-T? One thing that doing farming for this cloak is going to do is it's going to give me some time to think about what I want the rest of my goals to be. I wonder how long we have left on this patch. I've obviously got some collecting from Horrific Visions. I think next week I'm going to really start grinding it a bit more. I'm nearly finished with Nightfall, which is exciting. I have more Undermine stuff to do. I have a lot more Undermine stuff to do. I just don't know if I really feel like I want to spend a bunch of time just like digging scrap for market research to grind Dark Hues. It would be good to get it done. I just gotta get myself excited about like the specific rewards, I suppose. I gotta not think that I'm just endlessly digging scrap that I don't need. I gotta remind myself why I need it. Over the Trauma Floodgate +2. Rumors August 12th, Season 3, because Turbulent Timeways ends around then. That would make sense. I could see it. We have 5 minutes. I think I'm just gonna chill. I don't think these little mini bosses do you any good. Why don't we post some stuff on the auction house in the meantime? Should be getting news and what next patch is about, I'd assume soon. It just occurred to me that it's going to be another raid coming down the line, and then there's going to be raid testing again. It seems like they come so fast nowadays. My goodness. Saxifrage. Isn't that from Dragonflight? It might have been from Dragonflight. I don't know what's true anymore.
A mighty adversary has taken the field. Get in there, soldier.
Because other goals... Man, I really didn't think I was going to be done delves this fast. Other goals that I could do... I could try for triple threat. I'm not going to try to do like advanced keys on stream. So 3K, if I get it, it'll probably be off stream with my friends. If I don't get it, that's fine too. But I should decide soon whether or not I'm going to take a stab at Triple Threat. Triple Threat wants you to time keys of every key of the current season on a 10 or higher as each roll to get the Triple Threat title. And the count begins fresh when they added the achievement. It was not retroactive. So I am partly done healing, because that's what I've been healing keys on recently. The healing will, I think, come together no problem. So it'll just be a question of doing 10s as a DPS spec, and then doing timing 10s as a tank, which would be the bigger adventure for me. I have to decide if I want to try or if I want to leave it alone and pick a different goal to work on in the meantime, because I don't have an infinite amount of time. Especially if I end up moving, I'm gonna not have as much time to play as I want to. I may have to miss a few streams. We'll see. Come back to after stopping halfway through Dragonflight. I'm so lost and a lot has changed. It moves fast. If your Mythic Plus team all wanted that achieved, you could agree to rotate roles. True. I feel like there would be a mild amount of interest in it, but I think for the most part a lot of them are enjoying kind of some downtime from the season and taking some time to play other games and get outside and do summer stuff. I don't think that... Like, I'm not even convinced that I want it, and I'm still playing this game through the downtime. I think it would be a hard sell. It would just be a lot of keys, if nothing else. I would probably end up pugging most of it, or at least partially pugging it, because I betcha I could get Flappy to come with me. So I'd have at least one good DPS on the team no matter what I was working on. Outside? I know, there's like UV rays out there and stuff. It's scary. At the moment, if you can count to 8, you can predict when matches are. I don't know, I've been listening to Underpin too much. 1, 2, 10! I'll see you later, kitty cat. Hard as a casual dungeoneer, I have to keep doing a lower key to remind me before doing my key level. That's a good strategy, doing like a warm-up key. Can you cheese it? Do the dungeon normally when you're at the last boss, go out and respec? Well, you would need to do the key in time as well. So if you were over timing it by such a high degree that you had time to do that, then maybe? But the last boss is usually decently far from the exit, and the teleport NPC doesn't usually come in until you've killed them. Maybe you could do it, like, save some trash so that there would be trash percentage available or something, but, like, it would be... I don't know. Maybe technically cheesable, but you would need a big margin to do it. Do you like your mouse? Considering getting an MMO mouse since I'm a clicker and I want those Mythic Plus mounts. I love my mouse, but the bad news is they don't make it anymore. It's a G600, and I'm going to miss it dearly when it dies one day. I have a backup of a similar style of mouse, like already in reserve to swap out one day. And lots of brands make similar things. It's kind of it's a 17 button mouse, so it's gonna have a 12 button grid on the side, and then it's gonna have some extra buttons across the top. Is basically the gist of it. The button grid, the thumb grid, is the important thing for me. I do use all those keys. That's what this bar is right here, and then these bars are the same keys but with modifiers. This is the only one that's actual keyboard buttons. I use my mouse buttons for all of my cooldowns, buffs, anything that I'm not kind of hammering in like a rotation, but I'm going to be using like every 30 seconds or every minute or every 2 minutes. Those are good candidates for thumb buttons for me. So this guy, the Sureki champion, has a chance to drop the cloak that I'm looking for. Getting Indian for lunch. Want to try something different? Go to vegetarian Indian takeout meal. I love me a Malai kofta if it's available. It's a curry with like potato dumplings in it. It's delicious. It's very yummy. But you can't really go wrong. I feel like I can throw a dart at a menu, hit a vegetarian dish, and enjoy it very much. Did ya do it? I did do it. I did. super useful once you get used to. For me, it looks so hard with so many buttons. When I was first using it, I only bound the top 3 that your thumb naturally rests on, and I just used those for a while, and then I added the other ones over time. I didn't bind all 12 all at once. G600 has lost its G15. It's my most used one, and I'm so unhappy I can't get a new one anymore. Know that fear? I've got a G700 and no mouse has a similar setup. Yeah. People love to hate on the Nagas. Mine's been amazing for years. Mine? Maybe my hands run. I mean, I can't say my hands run too hot. My hands are icy. Maybe it's something about the way that I use them. I always wore them out in a year or less. I take about 12 calendar months to reduce a Razor Naga into junk. But it could be me. And I haven't tried in many years, but I was never, I don't know. I never had great luck with Razer products. Their keyboards I had better luck with. I like their keyboards and their keypads, but anything mice, that kind of stuff, not as much luck with the longevity, just for me. Maybe that was just the way I'm treating my things. I'm not like completely rabbit ear velvet glove with my stuff. I'm not a rager. I don't smash things either, but I'm definitely prone to accidents. Okay. Clergyman's anointed pendant. And then, did I kill the boss personally? Or did I loot the boss, rather, is my question. I must have looted the boss. Yeah, Shadow Walker's bracers. Yeah, so he can drop the stuff. I don't need to come early enough to get the boxes. The boxes do not... I mean, they don't hurt. They have resonance crystals in them, but they're not going to drop me the thing that I need. Does he need any champion gear? Because he can buy his own gear now. He doesn't have to hold out. What if we get him a champion belt? Or boots or something? Should we do that?
Shift in your favor.
Champion... Because he's got the weapon. Could do trinkets, too. Let's do like boots. Yeah. There you go.
Imperial steel conquered a continent. I support our army with the finest blades. The shadows don't stand a chance against my blades.
Lucy, are you sticking? Oh, sorry. Is he he's sticking his tongue out? Is that normal? Are you okay? He's breathing. I've never seen a dog blep. Okay, it is cute. I am gonna ruin it though, because it's kind of freaking me out. Hi, bud. What you doing? Hi. Okay, he's fine. He's just having a real good snooze. Oh. Razor's thumb pad slid off the mouse one day. I remember, oh, Muffin. Oh, honey bear. So cute. The Razer, the keypads, the little gaming MMO keypads, had like that rubber hand grip on them, or hand rest, I guess. They had a rubber hand rest on them. And that was all fine and good, except that the adhesive that they used to glue it down would invariably melt with the heat of a human body, and it would get sticky and everywhere, and then the thing would come off. So the first thing that I did whenever I used one of those was I would just peel it off myself, clean off the adhesive, super glue it down with some actual adhesive, and then move on with my life, because I knew that people had complained about that to Razer for a million years, and they just decided it wasn't worth it to change what they were doing. It was just so silly. Okay, I'm gonna do these ones as well. Am I gonna do those ones as well? Oh, they take so much longer. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll do the Hallowfall ones, because I think today is Hallowfall. I did Underpin on my priest. As Shadow Spec with my Eye of Kazan trinket on. Took about just under 2 hours worth of pulling it. Today was 3 minutes late for theater troupe. Missed the progression chest. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we'll do these. Even if it's on a lower item level character, I think these will be faster, and I have enough characters that I can just kind of slam through these for chances. The bag could drop me that cloak that I need. I don't know what the drop rate of it is. It's probably... I don't know if it's better or worse than the cat. I don't know if it's better or worse than the cat. Oh, that's boring. How many attempts? Oh, I could probably check my DBM to find that out. Oh, well, I don't have DBM on in this character. I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 30. I believe somewhere close to 30. Because I remember seeing like a 27 or a 26 wipes on this difficulty happen. Not all of those wipes would have been today and yesterday. Like I did have a little bit of a... I pulled it a few times earlier in the patch before I decided that it was not going to happen. Gotta get comfy. It's tough sometimes. I still haven't completely figured out what the rules are for how to spawn the rares. There's things you can click on. There's like scrolls or something in specific places. I never really learned this. Those rares could also drop me the cloak that I'm looking for. So it would be great to kill as many as we can just for extra attempts, really. Just spawn them. Just go yell at them and be like, hey, it's time to be born. It's your turn to come out of the nether and individuate. Have at it. Don't worry, I'll send you right back where you came from. You don't have to make any personal choices at all. Time to come out of your crypt. Scrolls on the ground. Go ahead and some waypoints for where they can show up. Yeah, I heard that. I was hoping I could just trip on them and then magically learn them without doing any research. I'm starting to think that maybe that's not going to happen. Listen, if we just open this bag and get the cloak, then we don't have to worry about this at all.
The orphans of Merodar have been
Open
asking
bag.
to play with you again.
Nope,
I
wand.
think they'd appreciate it if you visited them.
I will not ride your links for 800 gold. I don't have the time. Isn't that your motto, doing things without research? What if we say doing things is research? It's just maybe research that's already been done and recorded by more fastidious people. They can spawn in a zone that isn't active, fairly easy to see them in a white outline while flying. I have perhaps an unearned amount of confidence about what I can and cannot tank in my Arcane Mage. But the Nightfall rare only drops veteran gear. It can be veteran though. I just need I need it for Mog. I need this Nightfall Executioner straight for Transmog. It can come from a few different things, I think. It's the last piece of Transmog I need for the entire event. You could say doing it as a trial and therefore part of the research. There you go. But yeah, I think I have yet to trip and fall over any of the scrolls. I was kind of hoping I would notice them, but there's a lot of clickable items. There's tons of clickable items that you'd have to sift through. Yeah. Fishing kind of does sound good. Like Hallowfall fishing. Slum sharks, you know? I have returned. Pardon me. I gasped and I think I inhaled a tiny bit of saliva into my throat. She's back. Went on a scavenger hunt. What did you get? Is it pastry? Is it edible? Is it food? Starting specific and getting more vague. Well. I was looking in my kitchen wondering about what happened to me in baking. I kind of miss baking. But yet, not enough to do it again. Worked out of a cafe this morning. When I got home, realized the microphone for my headset was not in my bag. Oh. Oh, that kind of scavenger hunt. Must have fallen out at some point when I did errands. You retrace your steps. Oh my. Asked at 5 businesses. Holy smokes, that is an adventure. Did you find it? Man. You're braver than me. I would have just accepted my fate and never gone outside again. No dice. Found it in front of my apartment building door when I got home. Hey, at least you got it back. Not quite as fun as pastry, but happy ending regardless. Quest, got my steps in. Nice. I, this morning, tackled and conquered $Underpin. We spent just under 2 hours on it. I did it on my priest after all. It's pretty fun. I was pretty pleased with myself. Got a golden Gobtrotter mount. Got the real deal title. And now I am working on something less glamorous, where I'm trying to get this drape. What do you mean a Warglaive? I bought the Warglaive. I did. Weird. Maybe it's still refundable. Anyway. Looking for this Nightfall Executioner's drape so that I can be done with Nightfall. You got it? I did. It was pretty hard. The pull that I ended up doing it from 20% on, I just gave up on ads and just rotated around the room and fought the boss. But I had to do that for quite a long time because it was still quite a bit of health left. So we were having some real issues about, you know, safe places to put the footsies. My tootsies were in danger. Pretty speedy. Yeah, not too bad. I fully acknowledge that I overgear it relative to what people were pulling it with early on. But hey, it's still during the current patch, and it still took a couple hours. It definitely didn't fall over. I did it at 671 on a Shadow Priest. Mog totally intimidated him. I think so. We made that gold Mog just for him. I wasn't even thinking that it was gonna match. I wasn't even thinking that it was gonna match the gold Gobtrotter mount when I put it on, but it did.
You are right to be afraid.
Nope. I got some breaches. Nightfall, Curse Blades, breaches. I wonder why they didn't pop up. Weird. It's okay. Every one of these that we do is getting us an extra 50 resonance crystals that we get to keep, so it's worth it. Congrats for defeating the Underking. Still only make it to 50%. It gets spicy for sure. I had some really close wipes too. I had some wipes where I was almost there and then I just stood in something and got blasted. You only gotta beat it once though. I'm glad that they've put fights like that in. Maybe I should try Zekfir, although I'm sure I wouldn't. It's not as relevant anymore. It kind of gives me a little bit of that Mage Tower feeling of like progressing on a challenging fight without them needing to kind of, yeah, sure, maybe it's easier in some classes than others, but they can also do them more often if they don't need to tune them and make them specific to all these different classes and specs. I picked up Wilbur the chicken. I feel like I've recently rescued Wilbur the chicken. This has been done. Do you think we should have gotten his mech? Do you think it should have become our private property after all that? Or do you think it's going to be buried in it? I actually didn't pay attention at the end of the fight to see if he died or not. I was too excited that it was over. I didn't look to see if he's pushing daisies. Oh, that's so many little buggies. Oh, I wanted to pull them. I wanted to arcade explosion them down. Stressful. I had a nice time, I think. I took a couple breaks to like chill. To kind of take some deep breaths and internalize my practice, I guess. I tried not to take it too seriously. It's a fun fight. It's fun. I had a good time this morning. I don't think I'm going back in. It wasn't so fun that I'm in a hurry to do it again. You know, part of the fun is knowing that I'm done now. Yoko breaks. Sort of thing to do a day before the season ends. Maybe, but the problem with that then is that if you're doing it the day before season ends, that's a lot of pressure if you're looking at like a 12-hour timer. Sure, you can probably do it in those 12 hours, but knowing that you have to, I feel like, would make it less fun for me. Yeah, gear advantage for sure, super good. I think that having my greater corruption enchant for my helmet from Horrific Visions probably did some good, as well as having some extra upgrade levels. I was 671, like 20 item levels higher than what people were pulling it with originally. I like the real deal title. I think it's really cool. I've been jealous of Flabby ever since he got it. He did it a while ago. Okay. Turn this one in and see if maybe, just maybe, this one wants to give me the cloak. I'm sure it is still possible, 651. It would just be a bit slower.
May Beladar stay in the light.
I think it's gonna be, nope, Warglaive. Purple Warglaive. I think it's gonna be dependent on your spec to some extent too. I think some specs are just gonna be better suited for it. Got myself to 683. Wonder if I can get higher. 683.
Lucky doos you like.
Oh, mackerel. So many.
Many farewells.
How much gold? Some gold. Non-zero amount of gold.
I have many wares. May your feet find good trails.
I've got 30. Yeah, I'm just gonna run all through these world quests or these daily quests. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep opening bags and hoping we get cloak. I want it. It's a loose end. It's incomplete. It's hang on. Center. True silver. TROO silver. You think they just ran out of ideas? Okay. Because, like, no shade, I've been there. I run out of ideas all the time. No luck. Bought a 5th Warbank tab. Buy gold. 672, already starting to burn out hunting upgrades in the vault. Yeah, I'm 671, and the vault has decided that I don't need myth track gear. I think it's a compliment if you think about it. The vault has decided that I can make my way in the world without the crutch of myth track upgrade level gear. That's why it keeps offering me myth track items in slots that I don't need or in terrible trinkets. It's a compliment, really. That water's almost empty. I'm just gonna fill it up.
Hey, you! We got a mech that's out of control here. Could use a few hands to shut it down. You in?
Thank you for your patience. Don't mind this character. She was popped up here. She was popped up there, trying to pull Underpin before I decided that pet class or that Warlock was not gonna work out for me. It was better than Hunter was.
The orphans of Merodar have been
Yeah, I'd say if you're starting to feel burnt out,
I think they'd appreciate it if you
take
visited
a break.
them.
Take a break if you want to. You got there's no harm in stepping away for a little bit. There's other games you could play. There's other stuff you can do.
Take one for a run before
You know, the world's your oyster.
Good fortune to our friends.
Swifty Pickles, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Thanks for picking me for your Prime sub. I'm very flattered. Oh man, I can't take off the mop transmog. not that you suggested that I should, but like, gotta use it on some character. It's like the Stinkrot Smasher, like the fish mace. It's so good that it just needs to see the light of day. It's very important.
We are the seekers of light. Stay alert.
Been enjoying Palia, Stardew Valley, Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of game. Nice. Only now realizing he meant mop. Yeah. My like a mop. My mop transmog. Easy distinction to miss in this game. These parts. My puppy's getting comfy. Alrighty, keeping an eye out for rares. Looking for these big guys. These are great. This is a good pull. Just for completion percentage. Great place to pop some cooldowns. Half done already. I want to be comfy like that. It's also warm and I wish I had a hammock. You enjoy hammocks. I feel like they're a bit hit or miss. Like, I like the fantasy of a hammock, but in practice I find that either my back hurts or I'm swinging around and getting seasick. Definitely hit or miss. Maybe there's hammock designs that improve the experience. Some are amazing, some are the worst. Saw something about WoW 2 getting worried. What'll happen to the people that spent hundreds of days doing that? I would not worry about it. Because one, those kind of rumors come up every now and then. And they've never amounted to anything over the past 20 years. Blizzard would stand to lose a lot and gain very little from that kind of upheaval in a system that's already working. And then secondly, even in the crazy banana world in which it actually happened, worrying about it's not going to prevent it or change it. So there's, you know, you worry about something and you suffer twice. I feel like that's the annoying thing people say to me. Or that I read and then I'm annoyed by whoever wrote it down in the first place. But no, I would be shocked. I would not alter your plans based on that kind of a rumor. Hernia WoW 11. Yeah, they can keep pumping out expansions every 2 years, charging like 150 Canadian bucks. They're printing money. There's no need to invest in trying to uproot what's working. Oh, I got a cord, a belt. After Overwatch 2, I think they may have learned something. Why do sequel when expansion pack does the trick? I've never understood for these sorts of games that they're maintaining as a service. I think it's going to be just fine. It is sometimes a fascinating thing to think about. Whoa, I don't think I've seen this one before. When you think about that train of thought of like, what happens to all of my time investment when this thing that I've been playing ends or becomes inaccessible to me or whatever the concern may be, that is going to happen eventually. There will come a day when, through illness or game development or the economy or for whatever reason, there will come a day when you've played your last day of WoW. It might be the day you die, but it will come. And if we don't consider the value that we got out of WoW as having been already earned in some way, then you kind of set yourself up to, I don't know, stick around waiting for a payoff that's never going to come. I play WoW because I enjoy every day that I've played with it, and if they shut it down tomorrow, I would still have enjoyed it already. It wouldn't harm, I mean, it would harm my future because this is my job, but like, it's just an interesting thing to think about, like the sunk cost versus the, you know, what keeps you playing? What is it that you want from the game? Why are we here, you know? Boredom also got to do with being not a fan of Undermine. That is totally fair. I feel like it's very natural for humans to want to keep things. We love the fantasy of something being permanent or belonging to us and unchangeable. And it's not the nature of anything to be permanent and unchangeable. We just wish it was. Sequels are great for self-contained single-player games. I agree. I absolutely agree. I joke. I want a tennis MMO. WoW is good to go bye-bye tomorrow. What game or games do you think you could gravitate towards as your everyday game? If WoW went bye-bye tomorrow, I would have some real pressing questions to ask myself and some answers to come up with very quickly. I would probably... I mean, you can approach this question from the view of a content creator, because that's my living. This is the only thing that I do. So from that perspective, I would probably want to find out where most of my audience has gone to and what types of content they would like to see, and then play games or do activities that support that kind of content. If we separate the question from that perspective and I just think of it as a gamer, what would I play as an everyday game? I don't know that I would. I don't know that I would get a new everyday game. I feel like I would be more likely to kind of have like bouts with games when they call to me or when there's something that like seems really exciting to me, and I would get into it for a while and play it as it came out or as it came up. But I don't know if I would keep it. I don't know if I would make like a regular practice of it. I am in danger.
Greetings, outsider.
I feel like I have a lot of life that I want to live that's not going to happen in a game. Nothing. Okay, next one. Sega bass fishing. Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
The Nerubians are attacking Tanir's ascent. Destroy their siege weapons.
Yeah, it's an interesting hypothetical. Sega bass fishing. I bought a fishing game on Steam once. It did not scratch the same itch as actually going out and fishing did. It did not do it for me. It was a fine game, but I realized pretty quickly that it did not have that kind of compelling hold on me. Sort of want a Sword Art Online MMO, but not have it be so life and deathy. I think that a really well-designed and immersive VR MMO, assuming that they could get around the problems that I'm likely to have with motion sickness, would be dangerous. That would be pretty dangerous. That would drill down very quickly into into the fantasy of what we want when we log into MMOs and who we want to be and how connected we want to be to these characters that we're playing. It's like you want life, but with the rules changed to be more fair. And also so you can like throw fireballs and stuff. Enjoying playing other games here and there, but not necessarily regularly. I like a multiplayer game that I can play with Flabby. I've been kind of itching to start Valheim again, but like I'm trying to think of how I'm going to not just do the same thing we always do, which is get to the plains and then quit. Oh, I suppose if we enjoyed that, there's nothing wrong with doing it again. Love going outside, especially now that winter is over. What's wrong with that? I feel like I am luring him in with the promise that we're going to do more than that, and I really do want to get to the point of the game where they let me have chickens. That's some wish fulfillment for me. Games are for living the life where you can have and look after chickens. Player housing, yeah. I actually did get into Pal World a little bit. Pal World was really fun. I had a good little run of it. Any luck? I feel like I could go back and play at least the first like 20 hours of it again, semi, you know, every other year or so, and have like a good time with it. You know what's cute? Baby goats. I want those. We watched a movie last night. We watched The Witch. Robert Eggers, Anya Taylor-Joy, 1630s family moves to the edge of the forest and spooky things happen. And where am I going with this? Goats. Oh yeah. Spooky goats. How's Elden Ring going? I have not been involved in Elden Ring lately. What did I do? I played it a little bit, and then I got Flabby into it, and then I quit. And then Flabby's like, oh, multiplayer's out. And I'm like, who? What? Sorry, I can't hear you. It's breaking up. Call's gone. Coming back for lunchtime. Did you become the real deal? I did become the real deal. You are looking at and speaking with 100% original real deal. Yeah, the witch with 2 V's, depending on which platform is putting it. Same director as Nosferatu, which I also enjoyed. I'm not usually a horror movie person, but I feel like I can handle them when they're more sort of spooky and about like symbolism, and there's things to pick apart as you're watching, and it's not just designed to upset you. What am I doing? This is what I'm doing. Nice. The Vavitch.
Hey, you! We got a mech that's out of control here. Could use a few hands to shut it down. You in?
So her heartstone will take her to Dornegal. I want to go to Hallowfall. I guess I can just fly down the hill. Which fish? Ben will you have fix? One more batch of these. And then I feel like I should pick them up even on characters that I'm not going to do them on today, because the Sureki ones in Ajkahet suck. They're harder. You know what? What am I doing? I'm not riding my Gobtrotter. Uh-oh. I didn't customize my Gobtrotter. I guess I can ride it anyways, but like I unlocked the gold. I unlocked the gold Gobtrotter. I don't have it on. I guess I could go back up the car way. We can literally reverse. We can go beep, 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 beep. I know going up feels weird, but they do give you the stream of free vigor. Hold on. Very important. Also, side note, this better be account wide. I'll be unhappy. Okay, good. It is account wide. Unhappiness averted. There we go. Wonder if anyone has RP walked down the stairs. Are there stairs all the way down here? I don't think there are. Oh, these stairs. Probably. Oh, big stretch. Oh, I heard that. I heard his back crack. It was so loud. I know my bones do that too, but oh. Good RP jump. This gets stuck at the top of my screen sometimes. I think it just leads to a load screen. I like that approach to horror as well. I find it interesting how sometimes sort of artsier horror movies like that will turn into a little bit of like, not that they're turning into a morality tale, but they often like to do something where a victim in said movie has a death that they earned in some way with some sin or crime or failing that was specific to them. There's often kind of like that undercurrent of sin and retribution that even in like very supernatural or like very, like, it's not always super direct, but like sometimes if you pay attention to who the characters are and who their failings are, it likes to highlight flaws and then link them with things that happen. Maybe it would be unsatisfying to watch a horror movie where just terrible things happen to good people for no reason. Maybe people don't want to see that kind of thing. You want there to be some reason.
The flame burns for all of us. Stay productive in the light, vigilant in the night.
Time for dailies. One last batch of them anyway, before I go for the day. Tomorrow's Saturday. Like anything but jump scares. Yeah, I hate jump scares. They get me. That's why I hate them, is because they get me. And I dislike the physical experience of being jump scared. It's very upsetting for me, and I don't seek it out. Like gore either, as Saw as a concept is stupid to me. I feel like sometimes gore can be used in a way that like amplifies the atmosphere, but like gore for shock value I feel like is also not my favorite thing. Same thing with like body horror for shock value. When that's the only point of a scene, I'll typically skip it or hide. That made me think of something, and I couldn't quite hold on to the thought. No, I lost it. It's gone. If I want to jump anything, jump plate of chocolate chip cookies. I have not seen The Substance yet. I want to watch it. It's on my list of things to see if it crosses my radar on like a streaming service or as like a cheap rental or something. I feel bad because whenever there's people screaming or crying on television, as often happens in horror movies, people, you know, in great distress. My dog looks at the screen and he's all concerned. Like, I feel bad because Moose is worried and he doesn't really know what's going on. You know, I decided to watch the movie, but he was just having a nap in the room where I put the movie on. Nope, chainmail. Okay. Oh, did I see a rare up? I thought I did for a second. No. I wonder if that's one of the books. Palawaltar's Codex of Dimensional Structure. That is a name. Does Moose flip out on the TV as a doorbell sound? No, but that's because no one, to my knowledge, has ever rung our doorbell. So he doesn't have that, like, association with it. You'd think knocking would do it, but I don't know if that really happens much. He definitely tunes in when there's animals on the screen. Palawaltar. Hello? Oh no, this is... Oh, that's just a book for an achievement. That has nothing to do with what it is that I'm doing here. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's just an achievement book. I also tune in when there's animals on the screen. I was looking at videos to learn more about porpoises because I've seen them a few times recently. And I thought it was so... I was like, well, I actually don't know anything about them. Like, if you asked me a year ago to describe a porpoise, I probably would have described to you a seal and hoped for the best. I've seen many seals. They come by all the time. We have harbor seals. But if you'd asked me about a porpoise, I would have thought it was just kind of a lumpy seal. And porpoises are much closer to dolphins or even orca whales. They're kind of like lumpy-headed, very cute, very shy. About 5 feet long cetaceans, which is sick. Like, I should be more excited that I see them sometimes. She did this on purpose. I get like so hyped up for whale sightings. And I'm gonna start getting exactly as hyped up every time I see porpoises because that's amazing. I don't think I'm ever gonna be friends with them because they probably don't need to have anything to do with me, so I'm not gonna like go swim in and say hi or anything, especially because I would bother them. But I like seeing them from the shore. They have little black fins and they do a little wah, they do a little sort of rotatey surface. They came fairly close last time we saw them. I thought that was nice. I looked up the difference between Dall's porpoises and harbor porpoises, and I decided that it was harbor porpoises that I was seeing. They had the fully black fin, and they were a bit... it was the fin color. Seeing orcas in the wild would be magical. I've seen them once. They came into an inlet that I was fishing by, and it was incredible. I'm just obsessed. I'm in love with them. I don't want to go like on an actual whale watching tour because the whale watching boats are kind of the whale paparazzi. You can see them swarming back and forth all over the place, like trying to catch the whales, and then they swarm around them, and there's rules about how close they can be and whatnot. But it still feels like, I don't know, it just feels intrusive, I suppose. So I don't do that. But whenever I'm fishing and I'm on the shore, I'm like scanning the horizon. I bring my binoculars. I'm always on the lookout because sometimes you can see them from shore if you get lucky here. And I just love them so much. I've only ever seen orca. I've never seen humpbacks, but they do come by sometimes. I need to spend more time at the water. But I've seen porpoises a couple of times lately, so I'm gonna count that as a win. It's a whale adjacent sighting. Funny, I'm all concerned about whale watching tours for like the privacy of the whales, and I bet you anything that somewhere there is like just some ham of an orca that loves it when the boats come and just puts on a big fat show because, like, you know, they're I don't want to say they're people, but like they're people like anybody else. They'll have personalities. I'm sure there are some that are like, oh yeah, here they come. Who wants to get wet? You know, like, I'm sure not all of them are bothered. Had an itch to see the ocean again. Have been considering driving off to Nova Scotia for a few days in June. You should do it. You should do it. See me. Adore me.
Peruvians
Love
are
me.
attacking
That one
Tanea's
whale.
ascent. Destroy their siege weapons.
Darkcaster's sandals. No luck. One more daily and then I'll get out of here for the day. I do tend to track where the whale watching boats are going though whenever I see them go by on the shore, just in case they've found some whales and I'll be able to like find out where they are based on where the whale watching boats are going. I also just like spying on people that are standing on boats from the shore with my binoculars, because what else are binoculars for? It's for wildlife and for looking at people that don't know that you're looking at them. Generally speaking, those people are either doing something boaty, like pulling on a rope, or they're standing around on their phone. Surprising amount of the time. I feel like you're on a boat, like, maybe they're checking the weather or something, but like, come on. I want to be rich enough to live in P-Town. Got my 3K rating, congratulations! Last key, surprisingly, a 14 DFC. Nice birthday present. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday! That's incredible. Congrats on your 3K. I hope the rest of your day goes just as well. Happy escape from the womb day. Escape from the womb. Well, let me out of here. Wah. I can't believe my buddy slept in here with me the whole stream. It was so sweet. Sometimes he likes to sleep up front, but I'm always very flattered whenever he spends the morning in my office here with me. Told my friends I would join today, considering I was already very tired from doing stuff. They couldn't play tomorrow, so I told myself, play today. Okay, we got our quest done. This could be the one. It has every chance to be. I'm looking for a Nightfall Executioner's Cloak. I don't know why I pulled up all the things. I know the name. I know why we're here.
We burn brightly together.
Nope, blunderbuss. Wow, wow. Alright. Well, we tried. We got lots of, it's good Valor Stones and it's half decent gold. And you get some resonance crystals. It's all fine. I think I'm gonna wrap up stream. I'll probably rotate the other two hunters over just to pick up those dailies so that I can do them tomorrow for extra chances at this, because I'm pretty sure this is what I'm doing. I don't want to stop until I've conquered it. That's dangerous, but what are you gonna do? I would like to thank you all very much for joining me today. An extra happy birthday for Yuck. I appreciate the company. I'll be here tomorrow, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. No, 9 a.m. Pacific. 9 a.m. Pacific. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.